here with junior Tanner Shuck to preview the 2018-19 Concordia men's basketball season. And as we record this interview, it's less than 2 weeks until the first official game of the season. You're already in your third season at Concordia. Maybe it's felt like it's gone fast, but I know you went to a different college to start your career. What was something that maybe has validated your decision to come here?
There's been a lot of things. I mean, because I transferred in a semester, so it seems kind of like I've been here for quite a while now. I've been here for this is my 3.5 years basically, and I don't know, just the relationships that I've met, like relationships I've made, especially with those guys that were here my first year playing, like just that, and then just being able to play basketball again. Like it's just been a lot of fun, really rewarding, and just it's been a great time.
Well, you must have made enough of an impression on people to be voted homecoming king, right? What have your teammates said about that? I'm sure you've gotten some good-natured ribbing.
Oh yeah, it was interesting for a while. I'm not exactly the type of guy that looks for that type of thing. So when it happened, some of those guys were really just like all over me, just like, "Oh, you're the king." But it was fun. It was a good time.
You'll always have that.
Yeah.
Well, like you said, you came in here a couple years ago, and I think it seemed like you're already pretty confident in the way you could shoot the ball. What are some of the biggest areas that you've worked to get better on?
One of the biggest areas I've worked on is just leadership, vocally especially. Just trying to be there for the younger guys, be a voice for them. Because I know when I came in, there were some guys that were seniors that really encouraged me a lot, and that's where I got a lot of my confidence, was from some of those guys. And just to be where I'm at now, I think a big part of my role is to be that guy for some of the younger guys.
Mm-hmm. Who are some of those guys that influenced you?
So like Eli Ziegler, Chandler Folkerts is a big one, and Seth and Justin. I feel like I'm missing one, but maybe that might be all it was.
Well, I'm sure it feels different now that you're kind of one of the old guys on the team. How does that change the dynamics for you?
It's different. Seems like there's more pressure at times, I think, and there's also just more of a sense of urgency. Not that there wasn't when I was younger, but just now I have to take some of that on and get guys going a lot more than maybe I used to. And it's just, there's good parts to it too. Like I enjoy that. I enjoy that pressure. I enjoy the opportunities that come with that, and there's a lot of other good opportunities that come from it too.
Well, you came in about the same time as Brevin Slope and Riley Tegmeyer. How much what is the bond like with those guys?
Yeah, so those two are two of my closest friends, and I love both those guys. Brevin, hometown guy, know his family pretty well, stayed here over the summers and gotten really close to him, so it's just, we have a really, really good bond between us.
What can you say about how things have come along with so many new players in the program, and how maybe you've taken it upon yourself to make sure everyone's kind of coming together to work towards a common goal this year?
Right, there is a lot of new guys, and with that there comes some teaching times where we got to go through things that we don't necessarily even think about anymore, that we do as older guys more naturally, but so it's a little bit slower sometimes, but those guys have picked up a lot, and we've had to pick some stuff up too, and just being there with those guys, staying positive, having energy, that's some of the best ways just to really get them into it, and they've come along well.
Well, I think several of those newcomers anyway bring some good size to this team of 6'7" type of guys. how does that maybe make you guys a different team from what you've been your first couple seasons here?
Yeah, it's definitely different. I think our inside presence is going to be a lot stronger this year than last year. Not necessarily than the year before, obviously, with Chandler, but just having those guys, and defensively too, I think will improve a lot on that end of the floor, just with the size that we have. Not just big guys, but some of our guards too are lengthy and I think cause problems.
You have a lot of guys that have to kind of prove themselves when you look at new faces. What has that done with the competition and the energy that you've seen in practice?
Yeah, for the most part, it's been really good energy. Some guys put some pressure on themselves, and sometimes I gotta be there just to tell them to relax a little bit and like just it's gonna be okay. Like just play, do your best. One bad practice isn't gonna hurt it. But at the same time, you know, a lot of those guys are working really hard, and they're not taking it personally, which is good. But they know that they're working for a spot and they got to prove themselves, so it's been good.
If you're playing a game of horse against somebody on the team, who's your toughest competition right now?
That's tough. I don't know. With some of the new guys, I don't know. I think Brevin, he'd still be up there. He can make some shots that I'd struggle a little bit more to make, but yeah, I'd probably go with Brevin.
He would have a tough time if you're throwing down a dunk.
That's true. Right? That's true. He'd need a little help on that one, but.
What about you versus Coach Limback? Maybe you don't really see him shoot much, though. I don't know.
Right, we've played a couple times. He's played with us a couple times, and he kind of lit it up once over the summer. But I think I'd still get him.
Well, like you said before this, you're someone who likes to talk a lot, right? How much trash talk really goes on the court?
Not a lot. I think every once in a while there's some jabs thrown just to maybe get a guy going or something, but really not a lot.
How do you handle that if somebody's talking a lot to you? Just try to drop some threes in their face?
Yeah, pretty much. I don't talk much. I just get back and play and let my play do the talking. So.
Well, as we mentioned, you were a transfer. I guess you spent one semester at a different school. What was it that you saw in Concordia that interested you in coming here?
A lot of it was the Christian atmosphere of the school, and really the guys that were here, the players, just the way they played. I could tell like they were good guys, and they were people that I wanted to play basketball with, and so that was a huge part of it.